Okay, so we've all saw the video by now. A little while ago, we had a certain video, Brian, called "Is EU Free?" And some people were all, they enjoyed the video. They actually watched it. And look, whatever I said in the video, I stand on it. I'm not backtracking nothing because there was nothing even to backtrack. But with that being the case, I am equal opportunity. We here at No Neutral judge ourselves just as hard as we judge anybody else and make the same clickbait titles for this as well. Is NA soft? In my opinion, is a resounding yes. Is this even a question? America this is the part that I at least want to start with, right? And I'm sure this can go in plenty of different directions with me and Brian. But out of every region that has any type of a significant Street Fighter V scene, America cares about clout, cares about, engagement and things of that nature more than any other serious Street Fighter region. And it's actually extremely detrimental to our scene as a whole. People feel themselves so quickly in the FGC. It's really ironic because we've gotten comments like that, Brian. There's people who have literally taken me the wrong way because Hollywood and all this type of stuff like that, and act like that I'm really some, bougie type of over the top, or like you are some type of, the same thing. When really the most ironic thing is players who aren't doing as much, who aren't as strong, who aren't winning the same tournaments or placing the same, who don't have the same numbers, are actually the most cocky people in this entire country, and that's a fact. I've seen it time and time again. America, North America, especially United States, is soft. Very.
The one thing I have to counter here, I don't think anything you said was inaccurate, but I think it's not an American exclusive problem. What you described, it exists in Europe. It exists in Japan. Now, just because we don't speak Japanese, we're not as in tune with the scenes. You have seen character specialists from all of these regions. Now, do we have the scrub quote-esque mentality of like, oh, I only lost because I picked this character, but I'm always going to pick this character, and I'm going to do that subconsciously.
That's different at that point.
My loss.
That's different at that point.
We can't assume it. We can't assume. That's the thing. We can see. We only know what we see, right? So,
bro,
I'm
you
just
mean
going
to
to go
tell
ahead
me
on
you
record
think that these dudes
that
are...
exists everywhere? It exists
Come
everywhere.
on, bro. You
Look,
think in Japan,
I've had
these
instances
dudes
like
are
that.
losing?
Yeah, I think
saying,
so.
it's because my character trash and they keep playing it for years.
100%. I feel like there's this problem that we assume that other regions and other cultures are so much more like respectful.
I'm talking about notable players, bro.
Notable?
I'm talking about notable players in Japan.
Notable?
I'm saying, you think there's notable and people with any type of a name in Japan, like at least.
Well, I think the players you're discussing are not notable. It's notable is relative, maybe.
Well,
maybe we know about them.
Listen, don't get me twisted. If I say names and stuff like that, then that's wrong. That's just bad. That's in bad taste.
Sure, I understand.
I can't. But no, there are notable players over here who do that for sure.
I mean, notable to me means it's relative, right? So I guess it's going to depend on who notable to who. Just because we know them or like we go to tournaments with them does not mean they're notable in the entire world of Street Fighter, right? They're not. Are they winning CPT events?
Come on, bro. Bro, you've been notable for a long. It ain't like you specifically won. I've just won my first CPT event. I've been notable, a notable player before that. Shine is notable. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean. I don't want to. If we're gonna have the conversation, bro. Listen, the viewers want us to really have a conversation. I'm not trying to do like the semantics game, bro. You know what I'm talking about. America is very...
Right. I agree with what you're saying, but I'm just saying I don't think it's just America. I stand by that. I think that this is a universal problem. People like to pigeonhole their mindsets and look for excuses and stuff like that. I think that's... it does exist. You're 100% factual. I mean, this is something that I picked up on years ago. Years ago, coming up into the scene, starting to go to tournaments, you would always see those characters. Like, I'm talking about people as their character. Like, they would be in events, they'd be talking like, my character is so bad, yada this and that, and it would get to the point where I'm like, I'm sick of hearing you talk about how bad your character is. Just drop it. Just stop. Mm-hmm. It's not even fun and jokey anymore. It's just like your entire personality is being miserable about how bad you have it, but you can just boop. There you go. You're playing top tier now. It's that easy. You know, just click over a few character slots to the right. And then there you have the selection
it's not just
of
the low
top
tier
tier.
character, no, low tier players, bro. That's an example I brought up.
Right.
But I'm just talking about as a whole. You know what I mean? As a
But
whole,
you think
bro.
you think people are too concerned in NA with complaining or
I've
clout
seen people
chasing
be
than
I've seen people
practicing
play
and getting better?
Exactly. I've seen people play in tournaments, like in offline CPT events, and be in damn Twitch chat, like during right during the match, like right before the match about to start, typing something in Twitch chat, or as soon as somebody lose in America, like, you know, people always gotta like go and make it a long in-depth Twitter. It's like, and if people God forbid people are streaming, it's as if people feel like they need to explain away the loss. Like they think that because people are watching and judging them. So the winning is not about them, if that makes sense. It's not like not enough people are genuinely trying to win for themselves in our scene, you know, and it's really whack. It's disgusting, you know. And I do not. I think when we look at the pure gameplay, the depth of talent that Japan has versus us, I mean, the guidelines to the success are the same, bro, in almost every avenue. And when it comes to Street Fighter, you know, it definitely applies there too. So there's clearly a reason why they're a more talent-dense region than us.
Right. Well, I think there's a few other things besides that too. You know, we always come back to it. I think infrastructure. I really do feel like that it really affects us a lot. It's gotten better with Street Fighter V, but we don't have, you know, you're not down the street from me. I can't go to a LAN center and have like the top 20 players in my region all right there and just run sets all day. And we don't have the same schedules. We have other things going on with our lives, right? So I feel like there's a big issue of not being able to train together as much. And then also on top of that, people don't take it as seriously. You know, people are not rigorous with what they're doing.
Okay, but to say that, this is the thing though, if you say that, right? And I agree with you actually 100% that people aren't that serious. They don't know that.
They don't know it?
They don't know that.
They think they're serious?
They're putting in 2 million hours a week on Street Fighter V though, bro. They're putting in which continue to do so, please. But I'm just saying, they don't know that, and that's why they complain when they lose. That's why they, you know, all of these different weird things.
There's definitely other ways to go about it.
But not just there's other ways. So it comes down to mentality though, bro.
Sure.
No matter who you can train with, it's mentality. There's way more people in North America who give a damn about being able to random somebody out in the first or two, or I don't care, even just beat them clean. I don't care what you want to call it. Just win the first or two, and they could get smashed in a tournament, and they're happy, and they feel like they did something, and they're gonna go post on Twitter about it and stuff like that.
Because I think when you're newer and you're new in the scene, that's a very easy thing to fall into, and it's okay to celebrate here and there, right? But at a certain point, you need to keep raising the bar for yourself and keep raising your expectations forever and ever. And at a certain point, it becomes, I need to win forever, and the job's not done until it's then. If you take incremental steps, that's fine. But I think what you're saying is there's players who should have graduated and taken this more seriously
I'm not talking about intermediate players,
and they're still celebrating. They're still celebrating the constellation prizes when they should have graduated a long time ago. And I agree. Like I can't do that anymore, right? Like I've won tournament matches against notable players, and people will be like, "Oh, that's so good, that's so great, whatever." And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm not done with my pools yet. You know, it doesn't matter. Like this win is irrelevant if I don't get those points. If I don't get to that next level.
The people who aren't there aren't relevant to the conversation to me. Not that they're not relevant to our scene, but when we say it's NA soft, to me that directly implies the serious players.
Sure.
I talked about EU and stuff. You know, I didn't say nothing bad about EU, but I got to give America the same thing. America's soft, bro.
I can buy it. I can see what you're getting at. I will defend America and say it's not just an American only problem. I stand by that. We got to deal with our own, right? That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
We got to deal with our own. So
yeah.
It's a universal thing, and I think our scene might be suffering from it maybe a little bit more than others. But yeah, you're 100% right. It's very difficult mentally to accept things, right? To be able to handle a loss and be able to just digest it, even in the face of unfair circumstances. But yeah, maybe NA needs to step it up mentally. Maybe there should be less tweeting after an L, and we got to learn how to handle the lag salt. That's for sure. That's something we all got to step it up in.